All right, so we are recording. I am Arlena, and this is to give ideas and for us to really talk about um, the really just covering the new leadership changes, which we might have talked about on the last one. I don't remember. But I have a couple of the slides that one of the leaders put in our group too that we can talk about. I can share my screen. Um, and then y'all can talk about like tips or anything that you're doing with your team on how to get them to get the bonuses. Can y'all see this?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So this is really well, it's probably two-part, but this is one of the biggest changes that we have in the leadership program. So starting with campaign 2, all of the promotion, Q&R, and mentor bonus goes away. So is there anything that y'all are doing to showcase and see if anybody wants to get those bonuses beforehand? Like, how are you going about this?
I have such apathy in my team about leadership. With Christmas, they're all pushing sales,
Okay.
you know? So they're trying to hold their own with their teams, but they're not, I don't think the ones that I'm thinking about, I only have 4 that are really doing. I have lots of promoters, but
Mm-hmm.
They're really not thinking about leadership. No matter how many times I remind them, hey, you got, yep,
All right.
because it's relying on somebody else. When you do your own, you're doing your own.
Well, and I think that's something that, I mean, I know I'm seeing. I don't have a whole lot going into leadership, and even the ladies that are in leadership isn't, or I don't want to like put words in their mouth, but it doesn't seem as though they're actively recruiting and really wanting that, which I know everybody has had life happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, 2 of my leaders, I just know life has been going on too. So it's not, I don't know, it's just one of those things. So I didn't know if y'all had any tips or if anybody wanted to share anything that they're doing to get someone, um, even if it's just you getting your Q&R, what are you doing to even get your qualified new recruit bonus?
Now, what
Hey,
I'm,
Arlena.
Yes.
no, somebody else go.
Oh, this is Mary. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy
Hello.
Wednesday.
You know, it's interesting. I'm so glad you asked this question because it's something that I have been marinating on as well. And I'm in the same boat with the reps we have now. But what's interesting is now that I understood about placing a Google ad, my husband asked me what I wanted for Christmas. And I told him I wanted a $200 budget for November and a $200 budget for December to run some recruiting ads. Because I have a team member who is in my 3rd generation that did that. And I really think that it's new blood. It may be somebody who's been around for a while, that maybe something's changed in their life, and then they'll reach out to us if we're consistent. But I really am seeing it needs to be outside of who we have today. And so setting them up from success from the beginning, but finding them is the biggest challenge, right?
I was going to say, so how do you pinpoint who they are? What are you doing to get that conversation going?
Well, and that's a great question, and that's where it all begins. Is it starts with a relationship, and it's really getting to know their why right from the beginning. And so helping them, why are they joining, for example? And Renee, my team member, has definitely said that what the Google ads have done is she feels like she's customer service, but she's been able to get a lot of new customers as well as some new appointments. And they're putting in orders, but they're still not showing up and engaged. So there's still that missing link. That hasn't been revealed to me yet. But what's really interesting with that is they're in the same boat as far as it's a lot of work because they've been around for a while. somebody who comes on brand new, they don't know what they don't know. They only know what
Right.
we tell them.
Absolutely.
And so really, when in doing this ad, what my hope and prayer is that when I can get them right from the beginning, my last personal new, because I haven't done lead share, I haven't done any of that for a long time, which is why I haven't really been building. I'm being real. But it was taking so much time, and I had to learn to be a better leader. So my last representative, she told me from the beginning, I don't want to bring somebody on until I know what I'm doing. Okay. Like, she was very upfront. If she wouldn't have said that, what my conversation would have sounded like is, especially with what Arlena has on the screen, and Arlena, you look beautiful today. You look beautiful every day, but today you just have a glow, by the way, girl. Anyway, with what she's got on there, there's a short window. And so who do you know in your network who is tired of shopping at Walmart and Target and Sephora and would rather support a small business? Because 2021 is going to be about supporting small businesses like it's never been before. So if we can get them in now and start them for success right from the beginning, they can take advantage of this little window of opportunity they have to get some quick cash.
So, okay, so I'm doing with my new ones that are signing up to get that Q&R, I'm calling them, and maybe we can use similar to this. Basically, I'm calling them, and you leave a message, and I'm leaving a message, and oh my God, Avon has got so much exciting stuff going on for you, the new representative. They're giving you gifts of all kinds of things when you place your first order. Call me and I'll give you more information.
Well, and
I'm
going
dangling it.
what you just said, that's what I did this morning. So I sent out a message to everybody that was like LOA 0 to 6, I think. I don't think I went past that. But I just laid out everything that they can get in a text message. And one of the things that I've been saying, so, and we'll talk about nested reps in a minute, but with them, I've just been reaching out to them and kind of what Mary is saying, connect with them, let them know that I sent them an email, instantly trying to do that the minute I see them or by the next morning. But and so one of the things that I'm adding to my text, especially for the new ones, let me pull it up. Something like, text me back so I know you got this message, and I'll save your phone number. And not everybody has been messaging back, but some have. And I think that's really, because I told Lisa that this morning, we were talking about leadership for a minute in a team, that we do have to reach out to new people. Yes, we still need to level the people that we have if they're wanting to build a business, but we leaders need to always bring in new people.
Absolutely.
And I think Jennifer had joined too, so I don't want to. Jennifer, hey.
I'm here. I'm sorry. It's a crazy day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we're talking about right now, Jennifer, is any tips on how to get the last minute bonuses before they end in campaign 1, and how to, talk to the new reps as well. So it's kind of been a 2-part for the last few minutes. So if you want to chime in on it.
And I'm kind of taking the same approach as you on those, especially those pending that never really placed a first order that are now LOA 3s. I have I sent out a text message to all of them and just said, why did you choose to join Avon? Did you know that you have 6 weeks to make $3,000 in bonuses? Message me back if you're interested in more information. And I had about 4 or 5 that actually messaged me back. So it started that conversation about getting their first order in and doing that, out of like 150. So, I mean, it's not the best odds, but that's 3 that hadn't placed first orders yet before. So, I made it very short, very simple. I just kind of put it on the table what they had to gain and seeing if they would reach out or not. I'm kind of at the point where if they don't want to place anything at this point, I'm just moving on to the new people and just focusing on them.
I'm pretty much, I've already sent them that You know, why did you join? I wanted to say, why'd you bother? You know, anyway. And yeah, I got a couple, and as far as I'm concerned, like you, I'm done. I have their information, because once they're gone, we have no information on them ever again.
Well, and I
Although
think
we might now, because they've got an LOA, so it might go into the actual removal file.
Right. Well, what I did too was I took the LOA 3 report and I ran that the other day, and I went and I saved it. And because whenever they do fall off, I'm going in and I'm putting them in my customer address book. They've obviously had some kind of interest in Avon.
Absolutely.
So if they're not a rep, they can still stay connected as a potential customer.
Exactly. No, you're exactly right.
And I do that with my removal report. I don't know if you guys, do y'all do that every year?
I'm not consistent with it, but yeah.
So I've gotten a couple people back from the removals. One of the ladies had joined that was in, I don't know, a removal list, a previous Alma lead, something. She was in something from before, and she just joined in the last week. And so she just got her kit today. So she even paid to get the kit because she wanted the brochures. And going back to what Mary said a second ago on some, and so we just preach Ray, sorry y'all, but that's what we do. But having the new people come in and letting them know that there's already a new rep system in place, that they don't have to know it all. I mean, that's kind of why we started these calls, because we felt like we were losing what information we knew. What used to work in the business doesn't exactly work anymore. And so I think having that new rep system in place and letting anybody that does bring someone in, hey, add them to the Facebook group, let them know, like tag them in the welcome video, and it lays it out there. I think that helps too. So not expecting them to know everything, but to go ahead and have some things in place. So all they have to do, if I join today and I wanted to go out and recruit, because I came in with the previous knowledge of what this type of business is, I could come in and do that, but my upline already has something in place. And so that would help on some of those. And then some just want to wait. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But that's something that I do. So that's just a tip. I don't know if Jennifer got kicked off or something. She moved from the little bracket, so I don't know.
Well,
I'm
and
here.
Arlena,
I just changed platforms. Mary, did you say something?
I did. I was just going to say, Arlena, and even to your point, we have to be careful of our words because nobody wants to recruit. And so using words of, who do you know that would want to save money for Christmas? Or who do you know that has lost their job? And not saying, if you recruit people in, because that will push them farther away. So we have to be careful of our word choice.
Absolutely.
Well, and that's actually, come to think of it, how I got, her name is Jennifer that joined. I was letting them know that as a personal shopper with Avon, they can get a 25% discount on their holiday shopping, and they can earn if they wanted to share it with their family and friends. So I say recruit on here, but I don't say that on all of those posts or in messages either. But that's a good point for anyone that's watching, that doesn't know to do that.
You can't use the word sell either. It's a 4-letter word.
Okay.
Well, think about it. If you say to somebody, do you want to sell Avon? Oh, I can't sell. I don't know how to sell.
Yeah, I haven't said that.
Well, but somebody new on here that's listening might. But yeah, it's a 4-letter word, and my mama taught me not to use 4-letter words.
Well, I think that it's about, and something I work with our team on is you're solving people's problems. Whenever you can focus on how you can help somebody solve a problem, then they are going to want whatever you have. And so it's not just about selling as much as it is about helping other people solve their problems. And I think that we used to, when we had district meetings, that was something we learned well. This product solves this problem, and this problem. And what I got away from was researching products to figure that out. And if we're not going on those virtual sales meetings, or if we're not going into those trainings that they're doing in the Avon Facebook group, we're not getting that information. And so I've really tried to guide my team, instead of me having to be the resource with all the information, guiding them to, hey, go do these trainings. Because if you want to move more product, sell, move, share, whatever you want to call it, if you want to make more money, the product knowledge is there, but you're going to have to make a commitment to get it. And I guess that's my question for you guys. How are you getting your new representatives on the new rep orientation? How are you getting them on the virtual sales meetings? How are you getting them on those trainings?
The ones that I talk to, you talk it up. Oh my God, this is wonderful, and and all of that. And not that I'm blowing smoke, because it is wonderful. But that's all you can do. And it's like I needed the reminder today to get on, that the time had changed. I got on at the regular time. And so I'm sitting here and I'm saying, okay, so where are we? But I think it's a matter of us remembering to remind them to get on. Hey, it's in an hour.
Well, and you could do, like, we could remind them, because it's every other week, I believe, is the new orientation.
Yeah.
So we could remind them on the off weeks that, hey, next week there's going to be
not close enough.
But then also
in an hour, because I know if I register for it, we need to get them to register for them.
Because then they get the email reminders.
They get the reminder.
So anyone else has an idea on how to get people on the new rep orientation? I see some new faces on here too. Y'all can
who's on here? I can't see. I just see us.
Cindy and Alyssa and Eva May. Hey, girl. And Valerie. I don't know. Rita, Tammy. You guys have any ideas? How are you getting your teams engaged and involved in trainings and stuff like that? Elisa's like nothing. Got nothing. She's shaking her head no. I know, and I can tell that I can brag on Eva May.
I'm with Arlena, so we've already talked about some of this morning. And usually, I don't know, our brains work together. And when I'm thinking about something, usually me and her have the same ideas. So we kind of talked some yesterday and today both. And yeah, we talked about that this morning. So we're trying to figure out ideas. Arlena and I both, yes. So that's why I'm shaking my head no. But I've had some other stuff going on. But yes, I'm working on. Orlando, what did you say? You text what? Your first to third generation?
I did.
The new ones in first to third? Okay, because I wanted to see because I was going to do that today, but if you've done that, I'm just going to do the recruiting.
Okay.
On getting some more people. I'm going to work on getting some new people, getting some people back, or if you're working on helping them, you know what I'm saying, helping them place orders.
Yes.
I'm going to work on finding some new people.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
To get them to place orders, and I, again, guys, my brain is foggy. But anyway, I had forgotten everything that Avon is offering them with their first order. It's in the email that we get telling us about we just got a new person.
Really?
Yeah. I was floored. I read the last email and I went past the name and all of that. Wait, I'll tell you.
I'll pull it up.
I got it. It's on my phone. And it says, insider tip, be sure to let your newest member No, they get a free A box with their first order through Avon Now, plus a $10 extra credit and a full-size Dr. Belmer cream if the order is 60 plus. And then I take it one step further. If the order is $200 plus, Avon throws in a $20 cashback bonus on top of your 25%. And I'm putting that in the email, and I'm about to, because I talked to them all, I called them all yesterday. I'm going to text them today with that information in it. Something to get them to put that first order in.
Yeah. Cindy, were you going to say something?
Well, I only have one person on my team. So life happens, and I've been on vacation, and I got stuck in a hurricane. I just got back last night, and I'm ready to work, and I want to recruit, but this is like, I just trying to get these tips and everything from you guys. Don't say to recruit, I'm trying to just learn so I can do this.
So you're sharing the opportunity for their friend or family member to make extra money versus recruit. You're sharing the opportunity for people to join you and make extra money.
Okay.
And let's face it, nobody likes women. We don't even go to the bathroom alone. We like to do things with other people. So who do you know that has, not for you, but you talk to somebody and they're receptive, and then, so who do you know that you can go do this with? You know, and then depending on who they are, then I do the bathroom thing, you know, to lighten it up, because it's got to be fun. So where do you live?
I live in Redmond, Oregon.
Oh, I was going to say you can come out with us, but that's a little far.
Yeah, I'm by Jessica.
Okay.
Well, one thing that I did recently, because of the pandemic and things that are going around, I'm in Illinois, but they're, closing down our restaurants again in Illinois. And so I was in a restaurant with my husband the day before they were going to close that one down, because they're closing them down by county. So, we're kind of going to different counties every day so we can talk to the servers. And so I just say, do you know what you're going to do? Do you have something else lined up? And just kind of showing that I care about them. And then I, of course, have my business card and show them that with the holidays approaching, they can get their gifts. They can have their friends buy gifts from them. Nobody wants to go to the mall. And just kind of making that approach to them. And that has worked. And then I also tell them, if you're first, that you get started, all those other servers that work with you could join your team. And so they seemed really interested in that, because they hadn't set anything up, because this just like came up in the last, I don't know, less than a week, that these restaurants had to close down.
Restaurants and the bars.
Yeah. And so that's what we've been kind of doing, is like, that was last week. We went to a different restaurant in different counties that were being closed down, to just, share with them that there's something that they could do while they're having to stay home or look for other work or whatever they were. I mean,
Good idea.
Just giving
a really good idea.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to cook on top of it. That's like a double bonus.
That works.
That's right. Once a day, got to go out, got to find those people that need to buy Avon.
Yeah.
Sell Avon and, start their own business. So that's what we've been doing. And I mean, I don't have anybody, that signed up right away. But the other thing I wanted to share is with these new nested reps or whatever that we're getting. And I've done, I've been doing Avon for 36 years. So I've created a different format this time with just a little text, 2 sentences, welcome to Avon and my team. send it. Wait to see if I get a response. The next little blurb is my name is Dawn, and I've been with Avon for 38 years, and I'm going to be your Avon advisor. So I'm here for you. Send it. Stop. Wait for a response. And then I ask them in my next sentence is, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? And that usually gets a response out of 12 or 13 that I've gotten in the last, week or whatever it's been. There's only 3 that have not responded to me. So
Short sweet, I like that.
Do you ask if they would prefer to text or talk, or do you just do the texting?
I do if they don't respond by text.
Okay.
Then I figure maybe this phone is not, maybe it's a landline phone, but not very many are anymore. And I think I got 3 guys, but they've been, of course, all over the country from California to New York. So, but yeah, that they've been responding to that more so than what I used to use was this kind of long text that tells them, welcome to my team, welcome to Avon, and this is what you need to do next. And I felt, they were just getting lost in that. They weren't reading it all. They weren't, responding to that very much in the past. And so I'm just trying a different format to see what happens. And now, and then yesterday, I did what a lot of coaches recommended to me to do in the past, was I got on the phone, and the ones that weren't responding, then I called them, and I started, I didn't tell them who I was, just, hey, I've got a special envelope that's coming to you in the mail. It's got some goodies in it. Click. So you're getting their attention. They don't know who's calling you, who's calling them. And last night, one of them texted me back. Sorry, I didn't respond to your text. I didn't have your phone number in my phone, so I didn't know that was you calling. And, started apologizing why she hasn't responded. So that was one out of the 3 that I hadn't gotten no response from the text. And then that instigated a response with the phone call without even telling who I was.
So are you sending a welcome packet to everyone, even if you don't talk to them?
Yes.
Okay. What are you putting in your welcome packet?
Well, it has a welcome letter in it. It has got the schedule, the campaign schedule. It's got the our incentive for the team for new representatives, that the first 2 orders are $200 or more, then we give them $30 towards sales tools. Let's see what else. It's got the pathway to premier information in there. And it's got a sheet about all the different size bags to order, and it's got an order blank that they can copy and take orders on. And then it talks about recruiting on their online store. Cool. So I think that's kind of in a nutshell what's in there.
So you can just do that in a regular envelope with just a regular stamp.
No, we put it in a clear 4x6 envelope, so that the address is on the outside in the front, because we print that on the back of one of the sheets. Like the welcome letter has got their address on the front, so that's showing. And then the back, if there's an incentive, we would put that on the back sheet that would show on the other side. But right now it's about, I'm using the side that has about your online store. So that both sides, one has got the address, the other side has got something that maybe will entice them to open this.
Right.
So
even Eva May that's on our call, she has found something super cool. She's putting in her welcome emails. I didn't even know it existed. Do you want to share about that file that you found, Eva May?
Oh, it's just the, what is it called? I thought I had it here. Maybe I do. I don't know if y'all can see. Can you see this little guy right here? It's perks of becoming an Avon representative.
Mm-hmm.
That's old.
It is, but it has all the stuff in it.
Oh, that's good.
You know, so it's got, it talks about their online store. It talks about, you know, the free sign up, which they've already done, but it just talks about, you know, investing 5 minutes. And then it talks about the $10 credit. It talks about the free A-box. It talks about different rewards that they get. This one talks about the milestone bonuses.
Well,
So
that
yeah,
that can't be old.
No, because it's got the $50 mini milestone bonus on it. So it's got everything on this one sheet of paper.
Where'd you find that?
It was in the
Avon U, wasn't it?
it was an Avon U, and it was under mentor, the mentor
Tools.
thing where tools, if you pull that up, because I did the pathway to Premier. I printed off that one. So I included that one and this with my welcome letter, my schedule. You know, that's what I put in there, but it talks about the virtual makeover tool, the shade finder tool. I mean,
That's great.
A really quick, easy little thing for them to look at and kind of piques their interest a little bit. So.
Were you going to say something earlier about the training? I seen you unmute.
I think on the trainings, the key is keeping it in front of them and making sure that, you know, those trainings, because I'll be honest, I had not hopped on the new rep training in forever. And so when I was on there the other night and I started looking at the people that were on there, and she had asked, I guess, how long they'd been in Avon. And there were people in there that had been there for years. And so maybe they had team members that were in there. But I think that, you know, that would be a good something to invite anybody that's been in honestly, for a year or less to that new rep training, because things that I would almost promise you representatives are not aware of.
The first time I listened to that, I picked up a few things that I had forgotten. So,
but I just think that if if we keep it, so like, you know, we mentioned it on Team Talk Sunday night,
Mm-hmm.
The virtual sales meeting.
In focus.
Yeah, the in focus. And because somebody was talking about being able to announce or pronounce one of the product names. And, you know, and the thing is the only way I know how to pronounce them is if I get in on those meetings. And so hear them pronounce it. So I think if you lighten it up a little bit, let them know that, you know, it's not all about just training, but you do learn, you learn some really key things to help you with your customers, like how to pronounce the products. But just keep it in front of them, I think, is the key thing. And to Benna's point, you know, you don't want to constantly have to hold hands, but sometimes life gets crazy and you have to send out that little, hey, don't forget, you know, new rep training is in an hour or whatever it is. And to Jennifer's point, if we can just get them to register, and I think the other part of that, Jennifer, that I didn't really pay much attention to, but that you had shared with me, was to use that the calendar that has all of those meetings and stuff. If, you know, I think if we can get them to go in there and look at that calendar and figure out what they feel they would benefit the most from, and that would fit within their time schedule, and go ahead and use that calendar to register for those different trainings, I think that would help tremendously.
Yeah, I've really tried to focus with my team about being a resource director, not the resource. Because as our teams grow and as you have more people join you, the more text messages you get, the more, can you help me at 10:30s at nights? And, I have a family, and I found myself constantly on the phone answering questions or texting, and my family felt like they were being disrespected. So I've really tried in my group and in my emails and everything to, direct them to the resource. Every month there is a business management calendar on Avon Now under Manage Business. You go to Business Calendar. It has every training that's going to be available for this month. And if there's something that you think your customers would be interested in or you would be interested in, then take the time and register for that training and set the alarm on your phone to remind yourself. Because there's like 5 trainings a day sometimes. I can't remind them of all of them. Now, the new rep orientation, I do feel like since they're brand new, we need that reminder. We need to do that reminder on those. But, if they want to go somewhere with their business, if they really want to grow a business, at some point, people have to take responsibility. So I want to direct them to the resource that's going to help them be most successful. I don't want to be the resource. If I wasn't here tomorrow, I want my team to be able to know where to go to get what they need and not say, oh, we can't do this because Jennifer's not here to answer all of our questions anymore.
Does anyone know, does Avon still send out, after so many weeks, this email? Are they still doing that? I saw that not too long ago, but I haven't asked a new rep if they are getting correspondence from Avon.
I don't know.
I have like a drip campaign that they were doing like on day 1, and they got one on day 3 and on day 5. I don't know.
3 weeks time period, every so often they were sending out the email. I don't think they are anymore, but I just saw something recently. I think it was at Avon Now, and I was like, is Avon doing this? Is this something that's still in practice? So I don't know. Well, I guess that's something that we need to ask.
You can probably ask in that social selling group, in that Avon official social selling group. We could ask something like that in there. They could answer it for us.
Yeah, that might be a good place to put it.
I was on the virtual sales meeting today, well, part of it, and Allison did mention that those new reps that we are getting for free, that they're getting a welcome email letting them know who their mentor is. So they're getting at least a welcome. I don't know if anything past that email.
Right.
Was that today, Rosario?
Yes, it was at 1 o'clock.
And see, I tell them where to go and what to do, and I mess up. I thought it was tomorrow.
Yeah,
I thought it was yesterday originally.
Yeah.
So.
But how long does it take normally to get those replays up? Have you guys figured that out? On those virtual sales meetings?
If you're registered, or if you go to the calendar, I think if you click on it, you get the replay almost instantly.
Oh, okay.
Wrong. I may be wrong, but I thought that's, if you click on past videos in the calendar and see something that you missed, and it'll start automatically.
I think it also probably depends on who hosted it as to how quickly they put it up. Because I just checked right now real quick on my email, see if I'd gotten the thank you for attending. Because once you get that email, if you're registered, like Dawn said, once you get you've registered, then you get the thank you for attending, even if you did or didn't, and that's the replay.
Yeah.
But it's not up yet, and it was 30 minutes long.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
And then on the 11th, they're going to have the In Focus that's talking about building your Christmas sales, which I thought, especially for our newer reps, those of us that have been around a long time, we've learned these things, and how to do that with our customers. But our newer reps, that should be, I'm still going to listen because I could probably learn something, but that would be a great opportunity for them.
They've got another one Friday too, that is about something with Christmas.
Let it grow.
Video, yeah, that's it, the grow one. Mm-hmm.
And the In Focus, Jennifer, it's on the 12th, not the 11th.
12th. Okay. See, I'm like a day ahead of something. Okay.
12th at 7 p.m.
Okay, I got it. But I think that it's just putting it out there to our teams, because Avon is really going overboard at sharing great information for us and great trainings for us. And it's there if they, but when I first started, I sat down and I watched every training I could get my hands on inside the Avon training portal. But we also didn't have social media or YouTube or any of those things. That's all I could find was that information to train on. And for some reason they just aren't interested in connecting there.
Well, and how you did that, I showed up to the sales meetings, and then I was in the chat rooms, and that was in the back office. I didn't do a lot of the training classes, but I went to the meetings, talked to other reps, and took ideas and ran with it. So it is still, I think, based on what is their preference. And then they have to, again, they're going to have to want it. We can just put it out there to them and let them, again, pretty much what we're all doing, let them know what's all out there, what we offer, what Avon offers, and then let them go from there. This dog is getting on my nerves.
I think though that
We
these
can't force them.
the new reps that we're bringing in, I think we got to be really cautious about feeding them too much. Right, I have found that I'm feeding them about creating their list of customers and exploring their online store. And then, we want that first order from them. If we start throwing all this other stuff, well, go here and go there and look here and look there, we're going to overwhelm them. Because like a couple of them that got back to me, they said, well, I didn't have anybody to buy Avon from, so I joined because I like these products. Because that was another one of my questions as I kept my questions going, was about Avon and what is your favorite product? So again, I was trying to get them to respond to my text so that we could start some communication going. And so I was really taking very baby steps, more so than what I would normally do with a new person. And I think it worked better. I really do, with the responses that I was getting. So I understand that they need to know about all these things, but I think maybe that's after they place the first order or the next week or something, with your follow-up touch basing with them, saying, how's it going? Okay, well, here you can go and learn more about the products. And then, again, it's got to be baby steps and what they're looking for, their needs.
And I think it goes back to having that new rep system in place. And then the one thing that I would encourage for them to get on is the new rep orientation.
Yeah,
so
because
doing that, and then if you've got just a couple little steps, so I have just a 4-part step in my group. That step 1, welcome. Step 2, here's how to create your contact list. Step 3, here's how to build orders, and then that's it. And then step 4 is how to place the order. So it's very simple. It's something that I heard yesterday was, we've got, if they're in this to make money, then we've got to get them doing, again, going back to that new rep system, but a very simple system to start bringing that money in, if that's why they're here. Because if we can get them to start getting that money coming in, then they're gonna stay, and they're gonna want to learn more because they want that money coming in. And so, yeah, I don't know. I just haven't been pushing them. Even the ones that I've been recruiting the last couple of weeks, I just put them in my group, welcome them, tag them in the first unit, and just like you're saying, baby steps. So, because
I have I'm sorry. I have a question. So maybe, and y'all may have already covered all of this before, but since their clock starts the campaign that they sign up in, you're not concerned that they get that first order in, or do you have something in place to help them get that first order so that they get their
well, I encourage them the first order, and then again, depending on what they want. you
It
know, if
also
they respond to
depends.
you and they say, yes, I want to make money, then you can share. And then I have a tracker that I created for the Pathway to Premier on how they can keep up with how to get it. So I also have a FAQ section in my group. And that's one of the questions that I said, well, how do I get my bonus money as a new rep? And then I answered that question. And so that, I think it just still goes back to, are they in this to make money or are they not? If they are, then definitely, you know, point them in that direction. And if they're not, right now at Christmas time anyway, I mean, who wouldn't like to get 20 extra dollars while they're shopping? So, I mean, that's kind of like a cash back thing. So, you know, it's just kind of however, and then if anybody wants to, how do you do it too? So,
So I have a question. So in your unit, you're talking about in your group. So in your units, you have 4, like an introduction. This is what you do, step 1. And so whenever they join Avon, your main goal is get them into the group.
mhm.
You tag them in unit 1. So start here, and then 2, 3, 4, and then you have an FAQ in your units. Because
Yeah.
I'm readjusting my units in my team group, so I was wondering how
Okay.
that looked.
So, you know, Ray touched on that
Uh-huh.
last 2 weeks, maybe
Mhm.
conference, something.
Yeah.
And Lisa will tell you, I probably had 20 units, even though they were all pretty much optional, but coming in as a new rep, I could see that being like, oh my God, you know, what did I just step into?
Mhm.
So I went ahead and said, team, I'm playing around with the group. I'm updating things. Just know you might get a lot of notifications this week. And then the next day I'll tell them that again. And so I took everything out of the unit section except for how to place an order, welcome them to the team. So let me go to it because, yeah, because I just changed it. And so I'll tell you what each unit. But, and I don't know, Lisa's been sick, so we haven't talked as much except for the last couple of days. But hold on, Hannah, just play with him. It's okay.
So
Okay.
do you feel like that, so like on your welcome, like on my welcome video that I made on YouTube, and I have the link now that I can email it, and Eva May and I were talking about this yesterday. So I gave it to all my leaders, and I said, this 15-minute welcome video is generic to our team. It explains the basics on our team. It explains, you know, how to go onto Avon U and set up their website. It explains how to share a digital brochure. It's the basic steps to get them started in their business. And so we email it and we text it out to everybody that joins our team. But it's not in my group because it's a YouTube video and I can't put it, I don't think I can put YouTube videos in my unit.
You can. You just create it as a post. But
Okay.
I went live in my group through
Yeah.
Zoom so I can share the screen and I'll walk them through. So
Mhm.
unit 1 is welcome Avon representative. Unit 2 is step 1, contact list.
Okay.
Unit 3 is step 2, build your family and friends orders and your order. And then unit 4 is step 3, submit orders and get paid from Avon, because literally how to get paid from Avon is like the question I get asked the most because they just don't know how to get their money. And so I make sure that they know that. And then I did put in a bonus step that if they would like, and this is what the name of it is, bonus step, earn more by inviting people into Avon. So I did not say recruit, but earn more by inviting people into Avon. And people who have knowledge of other companies, they're going to know what that means. And if they don't, then they're going to look at that, see if they want to do it. If they do, great. If they don't, whatever. And then I have a bonus step 2 of like a daily and campaign method of operation, just 5 simple steps of a successful Avon rep, and then FAQ, and that's it.
Okay, so let me ask you this question, because this is something we've came up against. Hold on, I'm writing the The bonus two was what?
A daily and campaign method of operation.
For successful rep.
5 simple steps for successful Avon representatives.
Okay. So what are you doing? And I hadn't realized this. Eva May has come in contact with this a lot on our team. She has several that aren't on Facebook. And I have noticed in my last round of new reps, several of them are not connected on Facebook.
I don't know.
Are you doing this in like
all of mine have been, so I don't know how to answer that. That's
what I was thinking. Maybe we did like an email. You're on mute, Eva May. Maybe we did like an email drip with those videos. You take them and convert them into YouTube videos and did like an email drip for those people.
I do have like a welcome series on YouTube, but I don't know how updated it is because Avon has changed so much over the last year that I couldn't tell you. But I try to keep those generic, but I haven't emailed anything. The only thing I've emailed in the last couple of weeks is just like I did a holiday tip reminder, and I went kind of really in depth with a ton of ideas on how to grow their holiday sales. And then in the Facebook group, I just said, hey, y'all check your emails. I just sent a huge holiday tips because that's what I'm getting asked the most right now. How to do baskets, how to make money. So that's kind of been our focus. Even later today, I'm fixing to go to this big kitchen table that I have. I don't like the kitchen table, but it's my daughter's. But I'm gonna go in there and I'm fixing to do all of my baskets and do a really in-depth, and it's gonna be probably a 3-part video. So 3 different videos breaking different things down. So, and that will be texted out next week to the team. And it's gonna be like a basket video series or something. I don't know. My whole thing is team sales are just not where they are, what we're used to being at. And then we all should be having increase in some stuff, and we're not seeing that. But I'm also not focused on, well, who's not doing what. I'm looking at, well, what do I do to grow my personal sales and what's boosting my sales up and earnings up. And I'm taking that and just sharing that with them, and just really trying to make sure, because I know we don't want to have a million questions from a huge team, but at this moment, I want them asking me questions because I need to know that they understand what I'm talking about, what they want to know about. And so I've been really honing that in the last 2 weeks. Ask me questions, like, please ask me questions. And I think that's helped because even one lady that's new and came from the Nested, she's like, I'm so sorry, but I have like a million questions. And I said, just ask them. And it's very simple questions, but they don't know because they're new. And so,
well, I mean, I'm all for answering questions.
Well, I am too, but I take them.
I'm all for. But if we can say, oh, well, that question is easily answered in step 2 of the unit. So I would say watch that video. When you get through watching it, then get back to me and let me know if that answers your question. Because then they're going to get more than just that answer.
Well, and I'll tag them. So I take all of their questions and I put it in the FAQ section.
Okay.
And then as someone says something and ask, then I'll go in and tag them in. Well, here's the answer to that. And and then there's one rep that I don't know, she just didn't understand a couple of things that she really wanted to have that one-on-one conversation. And so I did that with her. But that's where the FAQ, going back to what Ray was saying, have something that you can pull from. So we're not answering them because we do want a bigger team. Maybe not everybody on here, but I know a couple of us do. We want a few thousand people. So at that point, we can't be individual, step by step with each one, but we can direct them to a place. And so, yeah, so I've been really check out units in the group. And then I make everything optional so they don't feel like they have to do it too. So, yeah.
And you know what other thing that I may have mentioned it before in our group, but I have found that I wasn't getting the responses from my Facebook team group page. So I opened a messenger group with team members. and they just loved it at first. I mean, some of the new ones that came in were like, wow, these, and everybody was helping answer questions. I didn't have to answer them all. And so I had, some of my ones that have been around for 5, 6 or so years in there. But they really got connected with that more so than they ever did in my Facebook group page. They got connected. They loved having these one quick answers, not to go in there into, Facebook group page. So even some of mine that are not on Facebook, they may be on Messenger. They don't have to be in Facebook to be on Messenger.
Yeah. And I have a messenger group with my leaders. So anybody that recruits a first appointment, we add them into our messenger group. And so that's a good place too for us to communicate and ask questions, and I can, say, hey guys, this is coming up. Be sure you're sharing this with your team. So it's not just me trying to funnel it out to everybody. I can funnel it to the leaders and they can spread it out too. So it's kind of a way that they feel like they have privy access to us, to me, and and they kind of get to be in this special group. Rosario said, did we see that the 12 days of deals start on Monday? I missed this.
Yes.
Where is that, Rosario?
Was an email.
Oh,
It just came out today.
okay.
Yeah.
I haven't been on the computer, so.
We already had questions in the leadership group, so our answered for us.
Thank God for amazing leaders like Eva May. She's my right hand, because I'm like, I'm at the doctor's office. I can't do anything. So, where?
It's going to be a daily thing. I think it goes from
I think it's
the,
the 9th through the 20 something.
the 20th or maybe, because then they're starting the week of Thanksgiving. They're starting something else, and the Good Friday deal and all of that thing. So
And all this is in the email?
It is Black Friday and Cyber Monday. They don't tell you what the deals are. There will be a calendar that every morning it will update with what that deal is.
I didn't get that email.
just like last year, they didn't tell us until the day of what the deal was.
What I did find interesting was
It's marked leadership, Benna.
Huh?
The email was marked something about leadership.
Yeah.
what I found interesting.
My emails are slow, so if it was today, maybe I'll get it.
But it's also on Avon now, because when you click on that email, it goes into somewhere.
In the beauty buzz.
That area.
Okay, I'll find it.
Week or this week, one of the last 2 weeks. It was.
I'll find it.
Go ahead, Rosario.
So what I found interesting was that now Black Friday is Black Friday week. Cyber Monday is Cyber Monday week. So everything is lasting a week long.
Well, and
Everywhere.
Walmart is doing that. I don't know if y'all noticed commercials on TV, but like Walmart has something this week. So Avon's just following the trend. I think because of how this year has been too.
Right. Yeah, people are shopping online, I think, more so than going in the stores for Christmas.
Well, and do you guys think that, like I ran into Lowe's real quick. I had to grab something for a friend, and they had all these tool things out, like super cheap. I'm like, what is this? And he's like, it's our early Black Friday. I'm like, well, good. I'm buying my husband's Christmas. So I picked up stuff. But do you guys think that the election and kind of the turmoil and stuff in the world has made numbers lower? The last 2 campaigns have just, I feel like I'm just pulling along. And I can't figure, and that's the only thing I can figure out is the turmoil in the world. And
everybody's afraid of what's coming, good, bad, or indifferent. They're all afraid. I'm afraid. It's going to affect everything.
Well,
it does create a nervousness, I think. It creates nervousness.
Well, and with everything that we already had going on with our company for the last couple of years, again, if you were in this, either you are already in it to make money or you already just love the company in general, I think it is a little, everybody's just kind of that way. So I don't know, I'm starting to send out cards and I'm fixing to do some cute little fun stuff, even for the reps who are used to getting stuff. I'm just trying to find another excitement level to make them happy.
Right.
I don't, yeah. I'm
So,
just trying to find new ways to love on people.
so Arlena, to that point, and I'm gonna share this because for years I was a district sales manager for
Okay.
13 years,
A
and I had
good one too.
do what?
A good one too.
Thank you. I had a mentor that shared with me one time that what they used to do was when I first became a district manager, the one thing I was told is when you get your district, you go meet all of your President's Club members and you take a rose or you do something, you go meet those people. And what this manager taught me was she would do, of course, we were in the field a lot, but she did what they called warm fuzzies. And it would be something so stupid, like a little fuzzball that you buy in the craft part of the Walmart or something, and glue little eyes on it with little feet and a heart, and just give it to your team. This is a warm fuzzy. I just wanted you to know I was thinking about you.
Well, that's a cute idea.
It works. I mean, I would do that with my district, and not just to the top people. I would just, if they were too far, I would send it out sometimes and stuff. And to this day, when I talk to some of those people, I still have my warm fuzzy. Or one year we gave away marbles at a honor society
meeting. Yeah.
because we were like losing our marbles, and we said we just wanted to be sure you had one of our marbles so that when they're all gone, we know where they're at.
That's cute.
Yeah. And so, I mean, just something fun. Just
Right.
think it can be
I
stupid,
did. Yeah.
but fun, and it just lets them know that you care.
Mhm.
I think you're on to it right there, Arlena. That
Yeah.
right now, with the way things have been this year, that's really probably what our people are needing.
We did something, and I was giving 4 of the people who got there first the tough time about, the early bird gets the worm. Well, I went and I bought, they have worm gummy bears,
Mhm.
and I'm mailing those 4 people their worms. It's on that same vein.
Yeah.
Something fun, something different, just to do something.
Well, and that's really what we've got to do. We've got to make them feel love. And I think, again, keeping them around that campfire that we've heard for a while. And when everything kind of quiets down again in the country and everything's not so frantic and people are not as scared of the unknown, then they're going to be able to focus a little bit more on other things
Perfect.
and hopefully it is us. And if it's not, at least we just made them happy for right now. So that's just what I'm looking at. Just touching them, loving on them, and just going from there. And I mean, cause this would be.
Right.
It's that team culture. It's keeping them around the campfire and letting them know that they're important to you. I mean, I do birthday postcards. I do anniversary postcards. If I talk to someone or I see on Facebook somebody on our team is going through a tough time, or they have, a family member sick or they're sick, I try to stop right there, write their name down on a list, and I will just hand write out a card and just send them a card in the mail. I get more response from people on that than prizes that I spend money on sending out to people on thank you so much for thinking of me on my birthday, or thank you so much for that card when I lost my mom. That meant a lot. Just letting them know that you think about them. And that doesn't cost but a cent, and I buy a box of cards at Walmart for little or nothing. So I definitely think that you're right in that. Just loving on people, letting them know that they're more than just an order to you, it'll all come back around.
It will. So, okay, so we're at our hour mark, a little bit over, but it's okay. Do y'all want to have, I mean, we're all pretty much established reps, seasoned reps, but do y'all still want to do the leader call on the 18th? Because that's right before Thanksgiving. I know I know personally I'm gonna be on the road a lot on that weekend, so that's what hands need your input.
I mean, I'm okay either way because I'm not going anywhere. I have no plans outside of normal, so I'm good. Whatever the consensus is. But just before that, I think this whole call can be summed up in loving on people.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
That's the most
truly the
important
answer.
thing we do, whether it's each other, whether it's ourselves, loving on people. I
And being-
absolutely love that.
And being kind, just being kind and loving on people, because I'm just a firm believer, and been about the whole election and everything. I'm just a firm believer that God is in control, and you and I have had this conversation. If one door closes, he will open a window or another door for us to go through, and just believing and keeping focused that he's in control. We can't fix it, so don't fret about it. Just keep loving on people and keep being kind, and it's all going to kind of work together. Maybe we put a poll up, Arlena, in the group and see what everybody thinks on the meeting. I'm either way too. I mean, the boys will still be in school, so I'll be good for a meeting. It might be good to touch base on all the 12 days of Christmas and Black Friday and all that stuff, but then again, we may have a million things going on. So we'll just put a poll up.
We always have a million things going on. So why would that be different?
Exactly.
I don't know how you have time to write. When do you sleep?
I don't.
That's what I
That
thought.
whole stress thing comes out in me. I'm staying up and working and eating popcorn all night. Ask Eva May. I'm texting her at like midnight. Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up. I didn't realize it was midnight. So
Have a good day. Thank y'all for being on.
thank you for everything you do. Bye, guys. Love y'all.
I love you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.